I wanted to talk to you all about what my reason was for getting suspended on Twitch and also what my plans are going forward. I'm going to try and structure this video into two parts, where the first part is going to be me talking about the Twitch suspension.
Okay.
The second part is going to be talking about myself. And the first thing I want to start off with is something that I know it might sound a little bit insincere because of how ridiculous this is, but I really mean it. And if you listen to...
Oh, should I do a reaction video? So, Asmongold, in effect, basically came out and he basically, within no uncertain terms, said, listen, I think all these people are inferior and every aspect of their culture is inferior. He didn't say, yo, you know what, I've got a problem with the fact that Muslim women can't wear a bikini, or I've got a problem with the fact about this X area of their religion or this part of their culture. He came out and he said, listen, they're all fucking inferior in every single way. It's just straight up, massive racism, everything. And he's always had a theory, Annie. You never apologise for your opinion. You never back down. You can't be cancelled. Whereas this time, he was going to lose his sponsors. He was going to lose his PC company, which have now departed from him. He lost his Twitch account for a little bit. And probably there was a lot of pressure building on him. And he's decided in 24 hours, I'm going to change my entire opinion on this. And all of a sudden, I'm going to apologise for everything. And I never actually meant it in the first place. And here's a 20-minute video as to why I never meant it. But I absolutely guarantee if 2.9 million subscribers and all the media would have come out and gone, fucking hell, what a statement, Asmongold. You are based as fuck, man. That is so true. They are inferior in every single way. It's about time someone said it. Fucking based. He would not have come out the next day, suited and booted, and sat up and gone. Now, guys, my plans moving forwards... Oh, I've had time to think and I want to apologise for my opinion. Now, I know you all agreed with it and I know my sponsors agreed with it, but I'm telling you it's wrong and I'm here to put the record straight. No, he got caught in some crossfire and he's shitting himself now. And now we're going to watch 20 minutes of backpedaling. Let's have a look.
The whole video. I hope you can see why. Everybody who's come and spoken out and talked to me and said stuff about me, aside from the, oh, you should kill yourself or something like that, I want to say that I really appreciate you. And I think this has been something that's a long time coming. And I actually think that this is something that not only I deserved, but it's also something that I needed. And I want to talk about what the reason for that is.
This is one of those classic learning experiences. Like, oh, normally, if he has an opinion and he doesn't agree with it, or someone doesn't agree with it, what he says is he normally says, fuck you, I'm not apologising, that's my opinion, you're a fucking retard, and if you don't agree with it, then fuck off somewhere else, that's my opinion, you don't. But he's managing to spin this one as, I'm actually really pleased you're all telling me off, because this is something I needed as a development point in my life. Bro, how old is he? 33 onwards? How much more developing do you need to not have the viewpoint of everyone is fucking inferior, right? This isn't like, oh, I didn't realize prayers were done in this specific way in this religion. My bad. I didn't know that. This is, I thought everyone was seriously fucking inferior. And now that you've told me they're not, this is maybe something I needed.
But I want to start off and just make sure that that's actually very clear. So a couple of days ago, I made some comments about Palestine and also about Hamas and
some comments. I hope he reiterates what his comments were. He should reiterate what the comments were.
Some just general, basically opinions that were trivializing the genocide that's happening there. And
some basic opinions.
I don't really want to mince words or try to oh, I wasn't justifying or, promoting it. I said something about it that was disgusting. I said that I didn't care about innocent people getting killed by another force, by anything. And I think that that's a horrible, disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say. And I don't necessarily think...
Maybe I'm thinking mean-spirited. Mean spirited is like, listen, you little fat fuck, you need to lose some weight, right? Like, maybe I shouldn't have told him he was a fat fuck, but he needed to lose some weight. Like, that's mean spirited. It was the right idea, but that was not mean spirited.
That it was really racist, really. But when I'm using language like Palestinians or like the people there, rather than what my real language was, I've always been very outspoken and very against religious extremism. And I still am. I think that any religion and any way of thinking that's going to cause you to put other people in like kind of positions below you as like, you know, like gay people, women, people with disabilities, anything like that, I think that that's a really bad position to have, and I really don't like that. And I think that my problem and my fault here was that I was making a criticism of religious extremism, and I made no effort. And I feel like almost I've rewatched the clip, right, or a number of the clips, and it's like I've almost made an effort not to draw a distinction between the two things. I think that a lot of us here can easily,
Because he didn't, let's be honest, he didn't want to draw a distinction. He didn't want to draw a distinction at the time. He wasn't thinking of a distinction. He just didn't do one because he wasn't thinking of a distinction. Like,
say that we're against religious extremism. And I am. But whenever I categorize everybody in the area as this like group, then I'm the asshole. And I was the asshole. I had a lot of you guys tell me that. And it's taken me, this is what's so crazy about it, is that I think this has been going on now for like 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, I don't really even know what the word is for it. Just like the most mean-spirited, rude, like nasty, like just callous, psychopathic version of myself. I think that I've been devolving into this. And a lot of my friends have told me this. My dad has told me this. He said, you've got to chill out. You've got to calm down. I've been like, oh, that old man doesn't know what he's talking about. And I've finally had some level of accountability for that. And thank God. I look back.
look, I just don't buy it. He's trying to say like, this has just been so grateful. This is exactly what I've been looking for and I've needed. Basically what he's trying to say is he's lived in an echo chamber for years and years and years, where because he's really popular on the internet, he can just fucking say pretty much whatever he wants. He just can say whatever he wants, and then it doesn't matter whether he's having a go at some developer or this or that. Everyone's like, brilliant, Asmongold, never be cancelled, keep fighting the good fight. And eventually, you know what he's done? I'll be honest, I think what he's done is he's been in the echo chamber so long, he's got comfortable, and he's thought to himself, you know what? I can actually finally say what I want to say, because everyone fucking agrees with me finally, and everyone believes me. So here we go. Everyone is fucking inferior, especially in that culture compared to my culture. And he said it, and then everyone's gone, whoa, bro. What the fuck? That's not something he needed. That's just him letting out who he actually is, as far as I'm concerned.
At some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think that I've been wrong about everything, obviously, right? But there have been ways that I've communicated and ways that I've acted that are indefensible. And
Again, would he be sat here right now? Be honest, would he be sat here right now if everyone would have agreed with his opinion and he'd have kept all of his sponsored and his Twitch account? He wouldn't. He's literally only doing this because of the consequences. And rather than saying, you know what, I fucked up and I deserve these consequences, I deserve to lose my company, I deserve to lose my Twitch account and my platform, what he's trying to now say is, this is a brilliant thing that's happened to me. You can all stop doing this thing now. You can all stop banning me and cancelling me and leaving my company and dropping me as a sponsor, because I've learned from it, and this is exactly what I needed. So okay, call off the dogs because I've learned from it. Please call off the dogs. Like, that is what this is.
I think it's, looking back on it, it's just disgusting. And it's something that when you get lost in the sauce and you get fixated around like listening and reading feedback and just getting hyper fixated. This is like your entire life.
I fucking hate it when you're lost in the source and you just think everyone's inferior. Don't you just hate that? So it happens to the best of us. You get lost in the source and all of a sudden everyone's inferior.
You lose a perspective on reality and you lose a perspective on the world. And I think that perspective was brought into perspective yesterday and the day before, when I was making comments like this. And
it just, as anyone knows, it just finally happened to be brought into perspective on the day everything backlashed against him and he lost all of his sponsors. This wasn't building up nicely, and after 2 years, he put up a video and went, hey, listen, guys, I think I'm becoming a bit of an asshole. My dad said I'm an asshole, and I think I'm getting way too opinionated and way too brash, and you're all just agreeing with me, and I don't like it. I'm going to stop these comments. I'm going to stop these reactions and these takes. No, he just happened to learn all of this on the day he was being cancelled. It is a bloody miracle.
I feel so stupid. It's crazy. So I'm getting all these people making negative comments toward me. Everybody is telling me like, oh, go kill yourself. I hate you. Everything like this. Do you know who reached out to me? And they wanted to talk and have a conversation and see if I was okay. It's people that were Islamic and people that had fucking family in Palestine. And how humiliating is that? How absolutely humiliating is that? And these were the people I was trying to say were bad. And I feel like such a fucking stupid asshole. I really do. I've always been a...
So, maybe I'm misreading this. Is he trying to say, like, I'm really shocked people from Palestine and Islamic people came to message me? Because is he trying to say, like, I didn't expect them to message me because they're fucking terrible, but they did message me, so wow, how humiliating. They're not fucking terrible. Is that what he's trying to... I don't...
I guess, like, I've always been kind of like an atheist, and even as a young kid, I was raised Roman Catholic, and I was always very defiant towards it, and I've always had a negative opinion of religion, and I've also had a negative opinion of religious cultures, and I think that that opinion is definitely shaped by the media that I've created, and the media I've created for myself, and then also just the media that exists, the media that...
Oh no, it's the media he consumes. It's the media. I just have a pretty solid opinion. I just think, just shut the fuck up. Anyone asks me about religion or anything, I just stick to my own lane and I just shut the fuck up. Like,
to seek out as well. And I think that media has allowed me to have certain predispositions and certain biases that the truth is that don't have any sort of relation to what my own real life...
If somebody asked me about being Catholic, there's about 50 different denominations. I couldn't answer all the ins and outs. So if somebody asked me about being a Muslim or anything, bro, Buddhist, I don't know. So I just don't say anything on it. I don't know.
Has been experienced, or my own real life experience has been, excuse me. And so I've been spending a lot of time talking to those people, and I've seen people, like fans of mine, like I had viewers messaging me on Discord, like, why are you saying this? Like, do you want to talk? Do you want to, like, I'm willing to talk to you, and like, like, let's try to work this out, right? We love you. And I scrolled up on their messages, and these are people that messaged me in like 2016, 2017, 2018, like, I love your content, I love your stream, I love you, right? And now they get to hear this from me, and I just feel like such a stupid, belligerent fucking asshole. I really do. And I'm sorry. I really am. I think that it's extremely fair to criticize religious extremism, and I think that it's extremely unfair to categorize everybody in part of that group as religious extremists. I think it is, and I'm really sorry for that. I've just been a fucking dick. And it's weird because
the problem with these apologies is it sounds sincere. Unfortunately, though, the reality is you're only getting that sincerity because of all the consequences. Now he will say, well, yeah, obviously I needed some consequences. Everybody does. Otherwise I'd have carried on being an idiot. But I mean, come on, bro.
up, and I didn't know if I was going to get suspended or not. And I had planned on streaming and everything, and I actually got a text message from one of my mods. They said, "Oh, I heard about the suspension. I'm sorry." And I was like, I remember I was like driving, and like, you know, you'd think that like your heart rate would go up, but if anything, I felt more relaxed. I felt like finally I have a moment to just take a step back and breathe and think for myself and just stop, just like get out of my own head. And I spent a long time like just writing basically a list of all of these things that like I think that I should be doing with my life. And this is going to be
I just don't. I'll be honest. This is just coming up as, no, this is exactly what I needed, and I'm going to use this time to be a better person. It's just so generic. He's probably going to clean his room. He's going to learn about religion. He's going to become, you know, a great guy again. And you should all stick. Basically, this is just, you should all stick with me. Please stick with me, because I will be a nice guy again. Please don't leave me. Like it's just saving face.
kind of the second part, by the way, of the video. Comments that I made were pretty much about religious extremism. I think it's bad, but I've categorized a lot of people in that way that was unfair. It's wrong for me to have done that. I said something that was bad. I should not have said that. I should have chosen my words more carefully. I didn't do that. I doubled down on it. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. That's pretty much, I was a fucking asshole. I was a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. And so, actually, I do know what else to say. I don't like making apologies because I think words don't matter. But I do think changed actions and changed behaviors do. And so you can take my apology as hopefully better content. And if you're not seeing that,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just said it before I'd even said it. This is basically stick with me. Things are going to get better. AKA, please watch, because I will be a better person. So come and tune in and watch me. Keep me in check, and I will be a great guy. Don't give up on me. Please keep watching. Like, they are just out for themselves. That's all you can say, you know? Not saying I'd be any different. I don't know. I've never been in this situation, but like, this is just every apology ever. Hey, the break really helped. I've really learnt a lot. I'm going to take some time away and become a better person. Please stick with me. Like, please call off the dogs, call off the sponsorship cancelling. I'm going to be great.
to hold me accountable. Hopefully this time I won't be stupid enough to ignore it. Mouth is pretty dry. Anyway, so the second part about this is that I want to talk a little bit about like my life, my personal life, etc., and kind of some of the points that I think that I've kind of gone through to get here. So the main thing is that for the past, like, I would say like 10 years or so, if you look at my life like this, I would have said 10 years ago or maybe 8 years ago, streaming was like this, right? YouTube was like this. And now I would say that my life and streaming are basically the exact same size. And what I mean by that is that streaming is my entire life. Doing this is my entire existence. And I think that the process of that has been extremely unhealthy for me. And I think that what it's done is that it's allowed me to become such a one-dimensional person that I'm not even a person anymore. It's like I'm in Dark Souls, I'm going hollow or something. And I think about like all of the, you know, like I made a list of all of the things that I'm not.
Yeah, this is just rich guy, rich millionaire, hundreds of millions. He's now just going to go on and say, look, I've been streaming way too much. I've got in an echo chamber. I've not had enough life experiences. I've been a dick. I'm going to do a load more stuff. Like, okay, that's great. But like you said, what's that got to do with anything you said? It's totally irrelevant. This is just, yo, I've been banned. I've got a load of money. I swear to God, I'm going to change. I've spent too much time inside. You watch, it'll be Asmongold's cleaned up his image. He's going to get his hair done, his beard done. He's going to clean his room. He's going to be like, I'm taking this more seriously. I'm going to have a schedule. I'm not going to stream as much. It's just
my life that I should be doing. And I was writing it down, and I'm like, you know, fucking like, I'm just going and going. I'm like, oh my God, I think it'd be shorter if I transcribed the Bible. Like, this is insane. Like, whenever I have everything written down line for line, it's like, oh my God, I'm ruining my life. I've been existing, and I want to, at a certain point.
Wait, are we like, look, I'm not trying to be a dick, all right? Maybe the guy is genuine in his apology, but the point is, what he's now trying to say, I'm ruining my own life by streaming too much. I'm working too hard. I have made so much content and I stream so much for you guys. I've got lost in the source and I need to take a step back. This is also, hey, this is super stressful. I want a holiday. I've got the money to have a holiday. And also, you should feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for you. You're a multi-millionaire that plays World of Warcraft in a smelly room for millions. Like, I'm not going to feel sorry for your day-to-day existence when, in his own words, he chose to do that. He could have a cleaner in his house. He could have he could stream for 2 months and have a month off. Stream for 2 months and have a month off, right?
Actually try to live my life. And I don't think that I've been doing that. And so what am I going to do? How am I going to do that differently? And what does that mean for my stream, etc.?
This has nothing to do with the apology. This is just, I guess, as the title says, my plans moving forward. This is just, hey, stick with me because I'm going to be a changed man. Like, okay, bro.
I think that I'm going to cut down a little bit on streaming quite as much.
There we go.
And I think I'm also going to cut down. This is going to sound like, I hope I can say this in the right way. I feel like the main times that I laugh on my stream nowadays are when I'm laughing at other people. And I look back on videos that I did from 2020, 2016, and 17, and yeah, I've always...
I mean, his entire channel on YouTube at least, is literally just him reacting to videos he has not made so he can churn out, 10, 40-minute videos a day, because it only takes 40 minutes to watch them. And he laughs at the guy, basically. Every single one is just, look how fucking stupid this guy is. So, yeah.
Been an asshole. But holy shit, I've been way more of an asshole. It's insane. And it's a night and day difference. And I've had, again, everybody in the world telling me this, including my own dad. And I've just ignored them. And finally, it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe
yeah, unfortunately, like, it's very hard to take him sincerely because he's basically saying, yo, I've made enough money now, laughing at people, taking the piss out of people, been in an echo chamber. Hey, I've now got so much money, I'm going to basically pseudo retire and be a lovely guy when I stream, so please stay with me and stay supporting me. That's all this is. This is just going to be 10 minutes of I'm taking a holiday and he's probably going to have his room cleaned by the end of it.
This is too far. Maybe I need a course correction. Which is why I think that, like, getting suspended in this, I hope that it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Oh, come off it, bro.
It's going to be true, but I'm going to try to do things differently and make sure to live up to that reality. And so, what are those things that I'm going to be doing differently? The first thing is that I think I'm going to try. I've been very much trying to, like, maintain a consistent schedule with my stream, and I will continue to do that. I want to get up and go to bed at relatively the same time.
I told you the schedule. There you go.
Also, I want to spend maybe a little bit less time streaming, and I want to spend more time creating my own videos and doing my own things and spending time on things that I really enjoy, and basically just, like, expand.
Yeah, you could say that, or you could say, hey, people also hate me for the amount of reaction content I do, so I'm just going to tell them I'm going to do less reaction content. This is just to plaster everything, hit all the spots. Yeah, this'll work. Let's print this video out.
My existence as a person. I think that ever since I started, like, OTK and I got involved with that, and then we had, like, other Starforge and, like, Mad Mushroom and Mythic and everything, like, honestly, it's been too much for me to handle. It's been completely too much for me to handle, and I've been losing my mind.
Oh, Starforge was too much to handle. Luckily, that's gone now, so that just happens to be a coincidence. Yeah, I know Starforge is gone, but nah, I didn't want it anyway. It was too much. That's great coincidence.
I try to hide it the best I can because, I try to do the best, right? I try to do my best. It doesn't matter how hard it gets. You just keep going. It doesn't matter. And eventually it does matter. And I think that I've negatively affected a lot of them. And I also don't want to talk about that just in the context of just like this recent controversy. I want to talk about this in the context of the last 2 years. I think that I haven't really been able to fulfill my responsibilities as a leader in a lot of cases to them. And I think that I've let a lot of people down. And there have been things that I've done that are positive as well. But I think that one thing this thing has taught me, this whole situation has taught me, it's made me realize, is that I need to get myself in check. I need to get my mind under control. I need to like just get my life done. I need to fix my fucking life. Like it's insane. Like I think about it and it's in shambles. Everything about my life is basically fucked. And I'm gonna take a step back from.
So basically, this is now 10 minutes of my life. In his own words, my life is fucked. I mean, bro, you are a literal millionaire with zero responsibilities. You know how he unfucks his life? He goes, this house I'm living in is a pile of shit and I don't need it. I'm not even going to bother selling it because it's my mum's old house. I'm just going to buy a nice new house. Okay, I've bought the nice new house. Cleaning is a real ball ache. Right, I'm going to hire some cleaners to regularly clean that I can trust. Okay, there's some cleaners. There's some furniture. I'll hire a person to furnish my house. Okay, my house is furnished, and then that's it. He can now go do whatever he wants. He's trying to get the regular guy on board with like, you know when everything just gets too much and you need to take some time away and you need to fix some stuff. Yeah, that's not the same when you're a multi-millionaire. It's just not.
From all of that, I'm going to step away from my leadership position in OTK and Starforge and everything.
Oh, he just happens to want to step away from all of his leadership positions. Not like he was getting kicked off or something.
I want to, and they're fine with that. They respect that, and I want to do this. And I want to do this not only for them, but mainly for myself, so I can be a better version of myself for everyone. And I want to apologize to all you guys, my viewers, that I don't think I've lived up to that. I think that I can be a lot better than what I am right now. And I don't even think that I've been putting in half the effort that I should be in the way that I should be. And I'm sorry. And so my plan is to, when I get unbound, I'll keep streaming regularly, right? And I want to focus more on trying to do things that are fun, trying to laugh more with people rather than at people. I'll still laugh.
He's just going to become a Nick A13, Mr. Positive for a while. He'll keep the act up for a while.
People every once in a while, okay? Like let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But it's about a focus and it's about a tone. I listen to my tone in the clip and I just sound like such a piece of shit. Really, at the end of the day, I sound like a piece of shit. I sound like a terrible person, and it's just so mean-spirited and callous and just mean. And I don't want to be that person anymore. And I've spent a long time growing up. The time I did, I was an r/atheism enjoyer. I have a very negative opinion of a lot of religions. I've had the experience firsthand.
Oh, here we go.
The way that I view that, and I've always read a lot of very bad things about Islam, and I've made a lot of criticisms of it. I've talked to a lot of people about it. I've heard a lot about it, and I've been like watching things about it, and I've been like hearing people telling me this is the way it is, but I've never seen it. And I actually think that after all this, I think towards the end of next year, I think I'd like to visit the Middle East and see it for myself.
Oh, here we go. You know what this is like? You know what this is like? This is like when, was it KSI or True Geordie? It was KSI or True Geordie, I don't know which one. KSI and True Geordie said some comments about Muslims, and then the next day they were both, or one of them, I can't remember, were in a mosque saying that they're a changed man. If we've been totally honest, when you go to another country, you can see kind of what you want. You could see the good side or the bad side. So him going to say, I'm going to go visit the Middle East, it doesn't actually help change his viewpoint, because he can go to a really, really lovely open area, or I'm sure there's probably an awful area like there is in every country, right? He's going to pick and choose. It's so obvious that he was going to say that.
I want to see it for a historical perspective, right? I would love to go to Istanbul in Turkey. There's no ulterior motive there at all. But it's not just that. I'd love to visit places like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, any of the other places. I mean, the truth is that, and this is the worst thing about what I said, some of the places I would want to visit, I might not be able to, because of the way that they're like just the internal strife, the actual literal wars that are going on, people being literally killed there, and I might not be able to do that. But I want to do it, and I want to see it for myself, because I don't like believing what people tell me, and I think that when I do, I end up being a fool. And I want to see it. I want to see it for myself, and I want to experience it, and I want to live.
You know for a fact he's gonna end up on a clip somewhere, going to a mosque or going to something, and then he's going to come out and he's going to say, you know what, these are great people, I've changed my mind, please forgive me. Like it's so obvious, the root of this apology,
my life. And I'm going to try to, like, I don't know, like, clean up part of my house. I'm going to try to do this.
Oh,
and I'm not.
there we go. He's going to clean up his house. Hey, I told you he was going to end up cleaning up his house in his apology.
As I said, I was raised Roman Catholic. I view this as a penance. And
Oh, fuck off. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, but mate, I'm a fucking Catholic, bro. Mate, the reason he has not cleaned his house is not because he is Roman Catholic and sees it as a penance. Shut the fuck up. That is absolute bollocks. His entire video, his entire channel has just been, I really like the way I live, so fuck off. Yeah, it's a shithole, but fuck off. I enjoy it. Like, that is, it has nothing to do with religion. Now he's trying to, like, wrap religion up into everything.
I think I need to do this for myself. I need to take accountability for bad things that I've done and for letting my life get this out of control. And I don't need a get out of jail free card. So I need to do that for myself and for my own closure as well. And I think also
it is like he has been grounded or told off, and now he's going to clean his room.
So I want to live for the the idiots out there that, you know, they're like looking to me to be a role model, right? Oh, not a good idea. But there are people that will see that, and they'll think maybe to themselves, maybe I should do the same thing. And if I can do that for one person,
oh, now he's going to become a role model.
I've already done it for myself. I've already done a good thing, and so it could only get better. And so that's what my plan is. I'm going to try to, like, rethink my life. I have had a lot of people reach out to me, people I would have never expected reach out to me in ways that I never expected. And
okay, well, that's enough of that. I mean, honestly, if you buy that, you'll buy anything. You know, that is just the most generic apology of all time. He wouldn't be saying any of this if he didn't get caught. Maybe it is a real apology, maybe it's not, but let's be honest, it's just saving skin. And the whole, I'm going to visit the Middle East and I'm going to clean up my room. I mean, my God.